यस्यां हिरण्यं प्रभूतं गावो दास्योश्वान् विन्देयं पुरुषानहम् सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् ॐ धनुर्धरायै विद्महे सर्वसिद्ध्यै च धीमहि तन्नो धरा प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वीर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति अग्निर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति योऽग्नेरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अग्नेरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति वायुर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो वायोरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति असौ वै तपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति नक्षत्राणि वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो नक्षत्राणाम् आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै नक्षत्राणाम् आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति पर्जन्यो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योऽप्सुनावं प्रतिष्ठितां वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठति ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रसर्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय
Good morning, everyone. Hope my live brings you happiness and wonderful 2025 to you all. Hope my voice and the visuals are very good. Here we are in a first day of this year, 2025. And I think this is the wonderful live session I'm starting on this year and meeting you all and predicting about especially the market of 2025, how it is going to be. So basically, I feel like this is a wonderful morning to share about this, and it helps like sharing the knowledge of Sri Drishti to you all. Like it is kind of a way, like we can say, how to predict the market yearly. And another one is also my small practice. Every year I will do in the first day of the year, how will be the market for the complete year, like a 365 days. So this is a kind of my personal workout, as well as I like to share this to you all as a knowledge. So this is the one side that my personal practice is there in your screen, as well as is a kind of a very great knowledge sharing for this year. It begins with some kind of a beautiful thing. Hope you all going to be enjoying this session. So here I'm moving with the yearly prediction of the 2025. So fundamentally here, I like to explain that year predictions means how it is all going to work. So basically, you know, astrology has some kind of a basic insight that the 9 planets are there. So the 9 planets have some kind of a different technology within. Like, for example, if you take a sun, it works differently. If you take a moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, like that, 9 planets have a 9 different rhythm. So fundamentally, I can say, if you take some kind of a planet, it is not similar with another planet. There is a similarity, then we don't have to use 9 planets. So fundamentally, I can say basic astrology gives you the 9 varieties of or characteristics of the planets to give some different attributes and different values. So here, if you take the planet Moon, one of the fastest planet, because as per the perception of from the Earth, the Moon going to be a fastest because it's very close to the Earth. So the other planets are there in a different orbits based on their movements and rotation towards orbital path of the sun. There is a lot of different values they will provide. So the moon is the fastest planet, and we can say the last orbit of the 9 planetary orbit, that is Saturn. The modern days people say Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto or something more. But in a Vedic astrology, people accept the last planet is the Saturn. So the Rahu and Ketus are very close to the moon. So here we can see the Saturn is the very slow planet in orbit. It takes 30 years to revolve around the one zodiac wheel. So it takes 2.5 years to complete one zodiac sign, and takes 30 years to complete. The next one is Rahu and Ketu, we can say. The Rahu and Ketu take 1.5 years per sign, and it takes 18 years to complete one zodiac rotation. And if you take a Jupiter, the Jupiter comes into the third part. It takes 1 year for one single sign, and it will make you some kind of arrangement like 12 years once it will complete the zodiac rotation. So this is all basically we can see there is a values and attributes. Importantly, we can see. So other planets like Mars, Mercury, and much other planets will give some kind of more or less 1 year and less than a year to complete the one zodiac travel. Sun will take 1 year exactly. That's what we are having a 360-degree and 365.25 days to cover. So this is all the attributes we can see. The moon is the fastest planet. We are using a key planet as a moon in Sri Drishti because to arrive and take a forecast of the particular day of how the market move. So we are taking a moon as a key planet. Key means why it's called as a key planet. It means if you put the key, the particular key, then only particular lock will open. So if you want to unlock the day trend of the market, then you want to use the key called moon to unlock it. And if you need a 1 month, how the 1 month going to be for the market, you want to use the key called sun to unlock the forecast. So that is what it's called key planet. And you can see the Jupiter is the key for the year. So to know about 2025, how it's going to be, so we are going to use the key called Jupiter to unlock the forecast of the year. So here I am sharing that in the screen. 2024, basically we can see there is a lot of ups and downs are there. There is a lot of growth, historical reaches, and also some little corrections. So far I feel the 2024 is the good and progressive market. So we want to know how it will be in 2025. So here we can see the Jupiter on this day. Randomly we wanted to take any days, it's not a problem. But I just, because of the first day of the year, I'm taking the current planetary position. So where the Jupiter is located, from there we can predict about all the significations about it. So if you see the market movement based on the Jupiter, so the Jupiter consists in a particular nakshatra or the star. So that will be the one of the major outline that the star value is only going to reflect on the market. So basically we know the market going to be there so throughout the year, but the Jupiter will be remain in a particular sign. It will not start like a Jupiter will never start in a particular sign like January 1st or April 14th. There is no fixed dates. So Jupiter have its own rotation. So sometime it will start in April, or sometime it will start in May or June. So randomly the Jupiter will enter into the particular sign and it will remain for 1 year from there. So we can't go to this kind of a particular date of the Jupiter. It's not necessary to start only then when the Jupiter enters into the particular sign. So basically, you know that the people will give a common predictions about the Jupiter transit. So Jupiter is transiting particular new sign, then all this media astrologers will come and say that for your Rashi, it will be like this, and the Rashi will be like that. But astrologically, when the Jupiter enters into the particular sign, it doesn't mean that it should start a calendar year or astrological year in that particular date. So Jupiter will do its own way of transit. So we want to find about it. So in other way, I can say, whenever you are choosing a Jupiter and as a key planet, and you are doing a prediction, from that moment, the 360 days, we can say the Jupiter takes 360 days to complete the one cycle of the one sign. So wherever the Jupiter is there, from that moment, if you take, so if you just move the Jupiter, it will move approximately 30 degrees in 360 days. So if I am taking, for example, if I am just randomly taking March 12th, so the position of the Jupiter, and I am predicting, so the prediction will be valid from the March 12th to the next year, March 11th. So this is how I want to give you the idea. So why I'm taking this today as a January 1st. So it's easy for us to remember what will be the calendar year basically. So this will remain up to the 31st of the December 2025. So the key planet Jupiter doesn't have any starting point or ending point. So whichever day you using the Jupiter, from there you can add 365 days. Then you can able to manage the prediction of year. But it will not apply the same thing for the key planet Moon and key planet Sun. Is because the Moon and Sun have a very precise movement. It will have some always, it will enter into the star and it will enter into the particular nakshatras and rashis in a very standard time. So if you take April 14th, Sun enters into the 0 degree, so it will never going to be different. So if April 14th means it's exactly April 14th always, Sun enters into the Mesha Rashi 0 degree. Like the same way the Moon will move to the one nakshatra to the another nakshatra. So approximately we can see like 23 hours once it will change. So this is all like a very standardized. So the Moon and Sun have a standard. So we can easily see which star it is entering. From that star, if you take a Sun, 13 days of the predictions you can do. If it is a Moon, then if it is the market hours, you can able to predict. Also specifically for the everyday prediction, we are taking for the Moon like a 9 o'clock position of the market, right? So 9 o'clock or 9:15 as per your convenience. So what happens that the Moon always consider into the 9 o'clock position in market opens. It is not like a Moon enters into the particular nakshatra, that time only we want to see or something. So the prediction based on the key planet, the Moon and the Sun have some standards. For the Jupiter is a very slow moving planet and it gives some kind of a very good result. So any day you can start predicting about the Jupiter, that forecast will gives you the idea that up to the 360 days from that moment. So for example, like in the screen you can see, so the Jupiter is in a 19 degree on Rishabh Rashi. So you can see that on the 31st of the December, (2025), so the Jupiter moves up to 27 degree next side. So approximately we can say it gone from the one part to the one Rashi to the another Rashi. So 37 degrees of the movements we can see. So in between there will be a retrogression and goes here and there. If you take into the other planetary combinations like a Moon and Sun, it will not have a retrogression. It will have only the forward motions. So here I am again coming back to the 1st of January. So you can see that the Jupiter is in 19 degree. It is in a retrograded motion. So approximately we can see the Jupiter is in a particular nakshatra. So here in the screen also I will choose a Jupiter as a key planet. So the automatically everything is aligned based on that. So Jupiter is in a Moon nakshatra, the Rohini nakshatra. So you can see that the Moon is in a from the Jupiter, the Moon is located in a particular house on day. Every day the Moon will change, but still if you are selecting the particular day, the Jupiter's nakshatra is comes as a Moon, and that will remain how many days we can calculate, because there it is 24 degree. So I think I can see one more month of the movement. Jupiter goes behind and it in March it is again started coming forward. 27 in the April itself, it is goes to the next nakshatra. So we can just see on the particular day and 10th of the April, Jupiter is moving to Mars nakshatra. Good. So then from there, Mars nakshatra, the Jupiter remains in the Mars nakshatra and it will changing to the in the July, maybe in the May, end of the May, it goes to the next Rashi, but it remains same in the Mars nakshatra. In July, it will enter into the in the June itself, we can see it will enter into the Rahu nakshatra on 16th June. Then it will go to the Jupiter nakshatra. So this is the basically we can see the in the June 16th, the Jupiter enters into the Rahu nakshatra. In August, approximately, it will enter August 16th, approximately, we can say. It's not exactly on 16th. You can see one few more days behind. Yes, on 13th August. So when the Jupiter in a forward motion, it takes approximately 2 months to cover up one nakshatra. We can see from the 16th June to 13th August. So 16th June, 16th July, and nearing by the 16th August, it is enters in. So 2 months it is approximately takes to one nakshatra, but again it will become retrogression and come back into this motion. That is a different scenario. So then Jupiter remains there in the same nakshatra of the Jupiter owns in the own same nakshatra. Then from the August, again, it will enter into the next Rashi, but it remains in the same nakshatra. In the November and the December time, it will come back as a retrograded planet. So it will remain same up to the 31st of the December. So 13th August, it will go to Jupiter nakshatra. From 31st of the December, it will remain there. So then we can go to the 2026 January time. So it will till March, I think it can be in the same nakshatra. Then it will become straight, means direct. In the May of 28th, 29th, and 31st May or 1st June, we can see 2nd July. Only it will come to the next sign, but it remains in the same Jupiter nakshatra. So Jupiter nakshatra will be there in the Kadaka Rashi will be like a 3 degree 20. So we can see that it is till July, it remains in that way. So in the end of the June, we can see the Jupiter is entering into the Saturn nakshatra. Till the 22nd June, it remains in a same nakshatra of the Jupiter in the Jupiter nakshatra. That is one of the very major values we can see. And it is like, we can say 22nd of the June 2026, it remains into the Jupiter nakshatra, then it is enter into the Saturn nakshatra. So this is the scenario we can see. So maybe for your purpose of idea, I like to write down here. So hopefully you can able to see the screen clearly, I think. So I can just write down for the purpose. So that key planet is the Jupiter. So the Jupiter is in a moon nakshatra from the 1st of January, means already it is there, but I'm just taking from the today to the 10th April 2025. So this is the first level. Then we can see and it goes to the Mars nakshatra, the Mrigashira nakshatra, we can say. It enters into the same day, the 10th April to 16th June 2025. And it enters into the Rahu star on 16th June, and it remains up to 13th August. It is one of the very fastest movement, I can say, just like a 2 months of span. But anyhow, it will come back and go to these different stars because of the retrogression. Then it enters into the Jupiter, it enters into the own star, Punarvasu. You can see from the 13th August to 31st December, I am completing because it's a year prediction. But actually, the Jupiter in Jupiter star remains up to 22nd of June 2026. So please keep that in the mind. That is very important because the prediction not going to be much changed. So this is how the movement will be there. So here I just like to highlight this thing. Like we want to keep it in the mind that Jupiter remains in the same nakshatra till 2026. So that is very important to keep it in the mind. Okay, so now how it will be the movement from the 1st Jan to 10th April. That is one, like the 4 level of predictions we want to do for a 4 different movement of the Jupiter. So based on that, it is easy to understand the value of the Jupiter, how it works, and what we can do the application on the how to take a decision on the particular way we can understand in this scenario. So the key planet is Jupiter. So based on the Jupiter we are taking. So now I am going back to the 1st of the January 2025. So we can see that the Jupiter is the key planet, and that is in a moon star. So the moon is in a sun star. So the moon and sun is having a combinations here. The sun is in a, from the Jupiter, the moon is in the 8th house. So moon is, you can see that the Jupiter is in a 19 degree and the moon is in a 0, 1 degree. So the Jupiter gives the 8th house impact, and Sun gives 7th house impact. So first of all, I like to say that this is kind of, there is no conjunction of Moon, or Sun is not have a conjunction with any planet. So the Moon is very clearly giving the value. So apart from the Ketu, there is Jupiter. Apart from the Jupiter, I mean, there is no planet in Moon Nakshatra. So the Moon is alone gives the value, and Sun Ketu contains the in a Sun Nakshatra, that will become a Y1 basically. So Jupiter remains from the Ketu, from the Jupiter to Ketu, it's the 4th house. It's nothing but 9th house is going to be there. So I can see there is a swing market going to be there till April 2025. So here I'm just like to give you that idea. So that market be first in the down. You can split the January to April, approximately 3.5 months. So you can split that as a 1.5 months or 1.5 months. So the more or less the market going to be in the downtrend, then recover will be there, or we can say it's a second half of the market will be up. So I mean that this will be the outcome. So basically there will be a downtrend of the market will be there. So till approximately we can say till the end of the February. From the February and March going to be a recovering side. So based on that, the April 10th approximately the market come back, but major fall market will be there till the February. So because the Moon in the 8th house, we can say. So then we can go to the next level is April 10th. So here I am just going to the 10th of April. Here again the Jupiter Nakshatra, Jupiter enters into the Mars Nakshatra, and the Mars remains in the 2nd house from the Jupiter. And the Mars is in a very wonderfully, we can see the Mars enters in, Mars is in a Jupiter Nakshatra. So the Mars in the Nakshatra of the Jupiter, Jupiter is in the Nakshatra of the Mars. So it's called Nakshatra Parivartana. So there is a value of the Nakshatra Parivartana will be very valuable in the market. So it will be a bullish market, we can say. At the same time, we can see any planet in the Mars Nakshatra. There is no planet in the Mars Nakshatra. At the same time, any planet in the Jupiter Nakshatra is there. Like more or less same, so many Nakshatra planets are there in the Jupiter Nakshatra. That is nothing but the Venus, Saturn, Rahu. They are all clubbed in the pieces with Mars. So Mercury, Saturn, Rahu, and Venus, they are all in the in a Meena Rashi in the Jupiter Nakshatra. So anyhow, first of all, that Jupiter gives this Nakshatra Parivartana will not be works anyhow, because it will break, because Mars is in Jupiter Nakshatra, but Jupiter is also in the Mars Nakshatra, but some more planet in the Jupiter Nakshatra. So anyhow, that will be a uptrend wise will be good, but the Jupiter and have X planet, like we can say Jupiter is in a nakshatra of the Mars. So that will be only 2nd house. So that will be an angle market. So there will be movements of up and down. The second thing is like Jupiter is in a Mars star, the Mars is in a Jupiter star. So they both are having a parivartana. But the reality is the Mercury, Venus, and Rahu and Saturn. So everybody is in a 10th house from the Jupiter. So the 10th house from the Jupiter, they also indicates the very angle houses. So angle houses movements are very much visible. So particularly in 2025, we can see there is a kind of planet gathering in Meena Rashi. There is more than so many planets, apart from the Jupiter and Mars, so many planets are gathering in a particular Rashi. So that will give some kind of a lot of ups and downs in the market. Especially, I think I can see that there is a second house connections are there. But I like to say the Jupiter is in a Mars. The Mars is the planet of bearishness. So it will give some kind of a more fall in that period than the uh, other planetary movements. So whenever the Mars comes into the picture, so the Mars will cut because the Mars is called planet as like a knife. So you can see in the chart, there will be a thread fall directly comes into the down in so many points. Mostly it happens that day will be the Mars will be the nakshatra for the key planets. So like that, I like to say you here, this yearly way, we can see the Mars nakshatra. When the Jupiter enters into the Mars nakshatra, again I can say it's a down, and I can see the upward trend was something, ups and downs are there, but more or less I can say overall it will be a side because it's only angle houses are visible. Whenever it goes down, it will recover up. Whenever it goes up, and it will recover again down. So it is like a zigzag market, I can say. And more or less the overall market, because of the Mars is the bearish planet, overall will be the down sideways. There will be a thread fall in between. There is a cut and thread fall in between in a market, I can say. So again, I can see here, the Mars enters into the Rahu nakshatra. So you can see here is, we can enter into the day 16th of the June. 16 June 2025. So the Jupiter enters into the Rahu nakshatra, Arudra nakshatra. So the Rahu is in a automatically in the same nakshatras we can see enters into the Jupiter nakshatra. So here again, Rahu is in a Guru nakshatra, Guru is in a Rahu nakshatra. So it looks very good because it's again nakshatra parivartana. So if it is remain same, there is no planet in Jupiter nakshatra, there is no planet in Rahu nakshatra, the market goes to the sky because Jupiter and Rahu both are the benefit planet or bullish planet. It will definitely give some kind of a good bullishness. But the reality is the Rahu having some planet in the nakshatra. That is, Rahu is contains Jupiter also have some kind of a planet. Like for example, there is no planet in the Jupiter nakshatra because Rahu is alone there in the Jupiter nakshatra. It looks very good. But if you see the Mars and the Mercury, so the Mars, especially, yeah, only the Mars I can say. Basically, I think say Mercury. So the Mercury is the planet in the nakshatra of the Rahu that day. It is close conjunction also. So the same nakshatra, so I am considering as a close conjunction in the Mithuna Rashi. So Jupiter is in 7 degree, Mercury is in 19 degree, and they remains in the same nakshatra. And Sun is there in the behind the Jupiter. So I feel like some kind of a very positivity in that time. So because the Rahu doesn't have much planet, even though the planet is connected in the same nakshatra, I think there will be a very good and uptrend market between 16th June to 13th August. It's a very short time because I already said it's only just 2 months approximately. In the 2 months time, it will give some kind of a high shoot up and growth, and there will be a impact. We can see very progressive. So up market, I can say, with some kind of a more values up. Even if the Mercury is in a other side of the nakshatra, instead of being very close to the Jupiter, key planet, the result will be the different. But here it is close to the Jupiter. I can see there is only the progressive and it is very uptrend of the market. Then here we can go to the next nakshatra. Jupiter remains in the Jupiter nakshatra. That is 13th of August. August 13th, Jupiter enters into the Jupiter nakshatra. It's one of the very great thing to see. And Jupiter is the bullish planet, all you know, and bullish planet in remaining in the bullish planet itself a great possibility. And Jupiter is in our own nakshatra, so there is no much combinations of other planets. So the Jupiter enters into the same nakshatra and it will remain up to the 2026 June 22nd. So more or less we can say it will remain approximately 8 months in a particular nakshatra because it goes to the retrogradation and come back in the same way like that. It's a rare occasion. So astrologically, it is a rare occasion, so you can see. But we can go up to the 31st of the December, how it will going to work. So we can see here, there is only one planet is in a Jupiter nakshatra and Rahu is another planet. So Venus and Rahu, there is two planets in the Jupiter's nakshatra. So if the Jupiter is there in the own star and there is no other planet in the Jupiter nakshatra, then it will be a very progressive, we can see. So the Jupiter remains in a one nakshatra, but the Venus is very close to the Jupiter. It's in a 1 degree difference. So that gives some kind of a very positivity. And compared to the Rahu, the Venus works in the beginning. And we all know that from the Rahu, it is some kind of a movements of growth. Because Rahu also a bullish planet, it indicates the 9th house. From the Rahu to the Jupiter, we can see it is approximately 4th house. It's a flat market movement, but it is upward, we can see. So the Venus remains very close, so it is also progressive. So I can see there is a progressive market only, but with some kind of a small corrections. So we can again say from the August, the market will be up and down between, again up. Why down between, I say? Because the Jupiter is in a 20 degree, Venus is 21 degree. So when the Jupiter crossing the Venus degree, so mostly that movement of the exchange, it will have some kind of a impact. So here I can show you in the September, we can see, so the Venus will go far away from the Jupiter because the Venus is fastest planet than the Jupiter. So that time the result will be vary. So that will be a movement. We can see there is some kind of you can see that Venus goes more far away from the Jupiter. But the Rahu remains same. So I can see that there is a kind of movements in the kind of October and November. The fall will be there. Again in the December, it will again come up. So the overall, I can see how the market will be, the movement will be there in the coming year. So I am just making some kind of a rough graphical idea for you to make understand. So we can see here is 2000 Jan 2025. So this is 31st December 2025. So the mid market we can see here approximately. So that will be like a June 31st, 2025. So this is approximately, we can keep some kind of idea to get some basic chart for ourselves. So I'm not creating through the software or something. I'm just making myself to understand. So there is a till the April. So the January to the April, so market will be the some position, it will be so the market will be like remains little down, and again it will go up, but not much up till from the April. From the April, it will again down, and it will be sideways up to the June 16th. Again, from that June 16th to August, it will be like up, and again it will be up. Again, it remains more up. Then it market goes so this is the upward movement we can see till that October, I can say. Then there will be some kind of down in October and November. That after that it will remain again up. So this is the overall screen I can see on this year. So I think that first half of the market overall, I can say it is have some kind of corrections and fall. It can be different reasons, but reality will be like from the now till June, I can see the market will be in a downtrend. From the June to the December, it is uptrend. So overall, we can split like that. So till the June, its market will be have some lot of corrections and downside movement, not much upside. And after June, it will have some kind of a very short time movement upward, and there will be a lot of growth. So this is how I always work for myself for every year beginning. So then I will get idea that, okay, so whenever the sun movements and the moon movement come, while everyday prediction or the monthly prediction, it says downtrend, then I will make a more downtrend and I will expect a more downtrend volume in the beginning of the year, like up to the June. So after the June, whenever the sun and moon indicates that more down, that time I will not feel it's a down. I will just like keep it like a average down because it's a bullish market after that. So this is how I can consider that the Jupiter trend will help us to make you understand and go based on that movement. So the way like a market movement is like that, also we can say it will be give some kind of idea that how the overall year trend is working. The same way only the sun and Jupiter will, sun and moon will give the impact. So that till the June, we can say if the market is going to be upward, there will be no much volume. But if it is going to fall down, it will be a much fall. After the June, if there is a upward growth, you can see in the sun trend and moon trend, it will be a lot of volume you can put it yourself. So this gives some kind of idea of the, like how to say the border, how much you can expand, how much you can restrict. So it's a kind of a ceiling value we can see. So overall, I can see that the Jupiter gives some kind of a very different kind of a fall and up. So I feel like in the coming year, there will be a budgets and all these kind of things. And 2025 is going to be a very big challenging year for the government and government related things. So it's a mundane level of predictions also we can incorporate in this. So when the Jupiter enters into the Mars nakshatra after April 10th to 16th June, I already said Jupiter into Mars nakshatra. April 10th of April to 16th June, there will be some kind of, we can see, expect some kind of impacts in the border of country. There will be some kind of impacts in army related things or war related things. So that will give some kind of a downward of movement, and that gives some kind of a very great result for the country. So then the market goes up. So, and based on the weather and the disasters, so everything we can include in this, because that is all kind of a wholesome of mundane predictions will involve in the financial market. Good. So hope you all enjoyed this kind of predictions of the yearly movement of the Jupiter trend. So I think you can also use this sector, like if the banking sectors, the Jupiter going to be in the moon, and Mars Nakshatra, Rahu Nakshatra, and Jupiter Nakshatra. So till the June, the market going to be in the Moon Nakshatra and Mars Nakshatra. So the moon is nothing but the cement related sectors and cotton related sectors, yarn related sectors. So the moon gives this kind of a FMCG sectors. So this all sectors will be the downtrend. So Mars related sectors like infrastructure, automobile, this all going to be kind of a downtrend. After that, the Rahu going to be Jupiter in the Rahu Nakshatra, the pharmaceuticals, and this kind of more chemical related industries. This all going to be very positive. When the Jupiter enters into Jupiter Nakshatra, nothing but the banks, finance related things will be works good. So overall, this kind of a year we can break as a 4 divisions, like a quarterly we can say, but it's not that quarterly of the accounting year. So this is the Jupiter's quarterly. So whenever the Jupiter enters into a particular nakshatra, that remains into the January to April is 1 quarter, and April to June, June to August, and August to December. This is how we can plan our year. Based on that, we can keep our investments carefully. So this is how we can do the yearly predictions on the market. I think I given some sharing as well as I was worked for myself. So today it will be some knowledge I think I shared with you all. So every year you can do like that, and still we are having a plan to do every year on the 1st of January to do like this kind of a live to give you the clarity and insight. So the end of the year we can do this review, and that if it is as per our prediction it gone, or what will be the outcome, that and all we can discuss more. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am here to give you some kind of a small guidance. And the year we will start with some good forecasting knowledge. So if you have any questions, please feel free to discuss. I'm very much likes to guide you all. I will share some kind of ideas, what I can understand on this. So there is a question about Aditya Raghunath is asking about gap down and gap up predictions and hourly predictions. That definitely we can do, and also our previous live, we might see that there is a movements we can explain. But in upcoming weeks in the live trade session, definitely we will predict about that. So we will get some kind of, this is the yearly, later on we will go like a monthly predictions as well as that daily and hourly. Step by step we can learn. And Raja Prabhu, Vanakkam. Arun Goyal, it is very nice to hear from you. Thank you very much. So, Vijay Kumar, yes, I already said about that sectors, that Jupiter remains in the moon, Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter. So the moon is cement sectors and the FMCG, and Mars is related with infrastructure and automobile. Rahu is nothing but pharmaceutical and chemicals, and Jupiter is remains the financial institutions like banks and insurance and much more. Okay, so the செந்தில்குமார் ரொம்ப நன்றி. இதெல்லாம் முழுமையாக நம்ம கற்றுக்க வேண்டிய விஷயங்கள். என்னைய ஒரு கருவியாக்கி இறைவன் நமக்காக இதை செய்கிறாரு. அவருக்கு நம்மளுக்கு முழுமையான நன்றியை நமக்கு சொல்லலாம். Yes, the entry and exit, about Aditya is asking about entry and exit. Definitely we can make some kind of a live trade in coming sessions. So please be relaxed and patient, and definitely we will give you some idea how to do with Arudam and Horary to find the entry exit time and how to make it better. Is it true that the Namaste Saxena ji, hope you are all doing good. I think the Delhi weather will makes you more cold. So is it true that when the Mars changing Rashi, there is a gap down or up? So mostly the Mars is not only because of the changing the Rashi, when it is Mars connected with the moon anyway, and that particular day, there will be a, we say thread fall. So the thread fall means like the fall of the movement of the market will be some one point, it will straight line, it come down. So because in astrology, we can see there is a Mars is considered as a knife, planet of the knife. So if you use the knife and cut the movement of the chart, how it falls like that. So if you tap the paper like that, the market goes very steep down because the Mars behavior is like that. So we consider as a thread fall, like a falling to thread. So whenever the Mars connected with a moon, the day it will happen. When it is connected with a sun, then that month it will happen. So when the Jupiter connection with the Mars, it will happen. So after April 10th of 2026, sorry, 25, after April, we can say 10th of the April 2025 till June 16th, 2025, the fall of the market will be more sideways in the end of the session. At everyday movement, it will be a thread fall. Whenever the moon and sun connects with the Mars, the time it will fall very sharp. So we want to be very ready for it. And that will be the most important things. So good, and thank you. And you can see that the tomorrow market, the 2nd January. So we can see the Jupiter moon is in a Jupiter star, and Jupiter moon is in moon star. So there is a moon rule is running. And we can see there is a Jupiter is in a moon nakshatra. Already we talked about that. So we can see that the Jupiter from the Jupiter, moon and Jupiter is sharing the same nakshatra, means moon's nakshatra. So tomorrow the moon rule will work. If you ask, then I will say no, because the moon is in a own star and the Jupiter is in the moon's nakshatra. So what will be the outcome? So from the Jupiter, we can already say about the 9th, the eighth house impact will be there. So from the moon, the Jupiter is in fifth house. From the Jupiter, it is the eighth house. So the eighth house impacts will be there tomorrow. So the market opens positive because of the last 2 days. The impact of the market will remain today like accumulation. And tomorrow it will open with some kind of a blast and it will slowly come down. So the downside market, we can expect more tomorrow. So again, if you want to go with the sector wise for tomorrow, we can see there is a Jupiter is in Moon Nakshatra. So the cement sectors and the Jupiter is in the Moon Nakshatra. So we can see this kind of a banking, the bank nifty and all. We can go with after opening the market, remain for some few minutes or say we can say up to the 10 o'clock and keep calm yourself. Market goes something all the directions and settle down in the 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, market start coming down. So we can see there is a fall in the market, not like a very drastic fall, but the downside market on tomorrow. So this is the small insight I like to give for this from this session. The same way you can apply till the next week. We can expect even there is a growth in the market, there will be a small fall and the more or less downside will be there. So overall market we can see is a downside because of the sun is in a Venus Nakshatra. So the Venus remains in a Mars Nakshatra. So that is all also connected, 8th house and the 7th house impacts. So there is no much progressive market for 1 week. So from the January 1st to the 7th, we can see movements of the market is restricted. So hope you can understand this. Based on that, you can make your forecast. Based on that, you can make your investments carefully and pray well. And the God of the wealth gives us some kind of a vision that is called Sri Drishti to make our life with happiness and prosperity filled with the financial knowledge. So thank you one and all for the wonderful session today we had. So the day is not only the day, the year started with our great sharings. And thank you very much you all, and we will meet you soon.